Shall we have a quick conversation about the best invoicing and billing software out there? I think we should. So here's a review I want you to pay attention to. Number 5, we have Intuit QuickBooks Online. Our score, 8.8 over 10. So if you think about QuickBooks in terms of invoicing and billing software, I want you to think about a tool that's great for brick and mortar businesses. And it is customizable. And we love the fact that you have customizable and unlimited invoices. And in terms of payment types for your invoices, you have online, ACH, and in-person. So in terms of scalability, this is just fantastic. And one of the best reasons to use QuickBooks Online is that you pay a monthly fee to get access to tons of accounting and invoicing features, plus updates and customer support. I mean, the constellation of invoicing features is just great. With QuickBooks Online, you can track all of your financial information in one place, from I'm talking about income and expenses to time and taxes. This is just fantastic. And what we love about here also is that we love the fact that QuickBooks does give you flexibility. You have operational scalability. The potential is there, and you also have the reputation of a player that has been in the industry for the last 30 to 40 years. This is just fantastic. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have a quick convo with you about the best invoicing and billing software. So when you think about QuickBooks Online, you really want to use this tool if you are, let's say you're looking for a more robust billing and invoicing software tool. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: you have customizable, unlimited invoices. You are able to accept all payment types. You have the bank reconciliation feature, which is prominent in our view. You have tax features. You have time tracking tools. Okay, this is really fantastic. And what about the cons? There are no free plans, and there are limits on the low-cost plan. Here is a pricing for Intuit QuickBooks Online when it comes to billing and invoicing as of the date of this show. One thing I need to say here is that if you plan to use the time tracking feature in QuickBooks Online, you have to choose at least the essential plan that costs about $55 to $75 per month. And if you sell products and you need to track inventory, the Plus plan will be necessary at $42 to $50 per month for the first 3 months, then $85 afterwards. And another caveat is that there is no built-in client portal, so you have to find an app that integrates with QuickBooks Online to give clients access to projects and invoices, or just email invoices. So this is really important to keep in mind. Number 4, we have Xero. Our score, 9 over 10. So when you think about Xero in terms of invoicing and billing software, I want you to think about a tool that's great for growing businesses. So my question to you is, do you have a growing business? Is your business scaling real fast? If yes, then you will need a tool such as Xero. And we love the fact that you need to understand Xero is first and foremost an accounting software, but its lower priced plans give you enough of what a smaller business will need for an invoicing solution. And what we love here is that there is no limit to the number of clients you have. Quotes also count against against your 20 invoices per month count. So this is kind of cool. So to get project and expense tracking, you'll have to upgrade to the highest price plan. And this is kind of cool. And by the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top five best invoicing and billing software tools. And one thing I want to say here is that if you add in the accounting features that you traditionally see in Xero, such as bank reconciliations on all plans, the inventory tracking on all plans, and the number of integrations you can actually connect to Xero, this tool makes a viable option for growing businesses that need more features for business management. It doesn't matter whether you can run an online service-based business or you sell physical products. So here are the pros and cons for Xero. Pros: you have a free trial available. You have customizable invoices. You have a payment processor when it comes to choices you want. You have project tracking on top tier plan, and you have lots and lots of integrations. This is really cool. And what about the cons here? There's no free plan, and you have limits on the low cost plan. Here is a pricing for Xero as of the date of this show. So one thing I want to say here is that Xero is a pricey billing solution, but it could be worth it if you expect to need accounting features for a quickly growing business. If your business is scaling and you just need a lot of capabilities, a lot of features, not only in terms of billing and invoicing, but also accounting and also financial reporting, you might want to think about Xero. And Xero is a cheaper alternative to QuickBooks Online, but hey, listen, every tool has its pros and cons, so you have to see what really works for you before choosing. Number 3, we have Zoho Invoice. Our score, 9.3 over 10. So one thing we love about Zoho is that they do, like, this tool does offer a free version when it comes to their accounting thing. So if you let's say you want to have the Zoho Invoice and the Zoho Books, this is kind of cool because the Zoho Books actually allows you to have a zero, like there's a free and entry level plan where you actually can use Zoho for free, for real. And so Zoho Invoice is free billing software that includes many tools you may need to help run a service-based business. You can track projects and billable hours in the software, send estimates, and create custom invoices from approved estimates or projects. There is a built-in client portal to make it easy to communicate with your customers and get approval for billing. And to collect payments through Zoho Invoice, you will need to choose one or more payment gateways, and this is the only cost associated with Zoho Invoice. So the thing is, you have to pay for transaction fees anytime you get paid through an invoice. So depending on which payment processor you actually use, you could get paid online, through bank transfers, or in person if you use Square to accept swiped credit card payments. So when we think about Zoho Invoice is ideal for a solopreneur who manages only a few customers. You can only bill up to 5 clients, and you are limited to 1,000 invoices per year, but you can track expenses and billable hours all for free. Here are the pros and cons of Zoho Invoice. The pros: you have a free plan. You have 1,000 customizable invoices per year, which is a lot though. Think about it. 1,000 divided by 12, that's about 90 invoices per month. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And you do have a client portal in Zoho Invoice. You have multiple payment gateways. You have a project management tool, and you can convert estimates and projects into invoices. What about the cons here? You are limited to 5 customers, and you have 1 user limit per account, and there is no inventory tracking. So if you really wanted to have like let's say an invoicing and billing tool that adds or integrates inventory, you will need to find something else, or you need to maybe add on a plugin for inventory management or tracking. Here is a pricing for Zoho Invoice as of the date of this show. Number 2, we have here FreshBooks. Our score, 9.6 over 10. So when you think about FreshBooks, I want you to think about a tool that's great for like user friendliness. In our view, this is the most user-friendly invoicing software, and you have unlimited and customizable invoices. That's really good, and we love the fact that you have ease of use and scalability. The interface for FreshBooks is really clean and very easy to navigate. Plus, FreshBooks tends to use terminology that's easy to understand instead of a verbiage known to accountants. So if you are unsure of what a feature does, you can easily find a definition or explanation in its help center. And if you only need invoicing software to bill your clients, then a low-cost FreshBooks plan could all that you need, especially if you only have a handful of clients. As your business grows, you can easily upgrade to a higher plan to allow for more clients and get more helpful features such as unlimited proposals, bank reconciliations, and account access. And plans range from $17 all the way to $55 to $75. But there is a custom pricing plan that comes with lower transaction fees and removes the FreshBooks branding from emails. So this is whatever, like, you have to think whatever works for you. And what I want to say here is that to accept payments by phone or set up subscription-based invoicing, you have to choose at least the Plus plan, which costs about $30 per month, and the advanced payment add-on, $20 per month, making this a very expensive choice if you need more versatility in how you accept payments. And so this is kind of cool. And you also have the option to use FreshBooks payments by WePay, which charges you 2.9% plus 30 cents per online transactions. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 5 best billing and invoicing software tools, and then I'm just talking to you now about FreshBooks. And what we love about FreshBooks is that it's really good for self-employed and small businesses that need easy-to-use invoicing software that includes accounting features in higher-end plans. Here are the pros and cons I want you to remember when you think about FreshBooks. The pros: you have a free trial available. You can accept online payments, including PayPal. You have unlimited customizable invoices. The tool does include client portal on all plans. It's very easy to use. What about the cons here? There is no free plan. FreshBooks branding on most plans. Some features are paid add-ons, and you have unlimited clients on top-tier plans. So this is kind of cool. So here is a pricing for FreshBooks as of the date of this show. Number one, the best of the best in our view. Best of the best when it comes to invoicing and billing software. You have Square Invoices. Our score, 9.8 over 10. So when you think about Square Invoices, I want you to think about a tool that's great for all kinds of small businesses. And we love the fact that this tool offers a free or low-cost plan for online and in-person invoicing, making it one of the best billing software options for any small business. And service-based businesses tend to need an invoicing solution that lets them accept payments online, while product-based businesses may need to accept payment in person and require inventory management. And the cool thing is that Square's products cover both type of businesses. both types. So they run the whole gamut, okay? And so whether you choose a free or paid plan, processing rates are the same. 2.9% plus 30 cents per online transaction, 2.6% plus 10 cents per in-person transaction, or 1% for an online bank transfer. If you need to take a payment over the phone, the transaction fee is 3.5% plus 15 cents. And the thing is that both plans for Square Invoices allow you an unlimited number of invoices, and you can schedule recurring invoices for regular clients. So this is kind of cool. If you are looking for flexibility, you're looking for scalability, you might want to consider this part of the deal. And paid plan users can add custom fields to invoices, and they can set up milestone-based invoices for longer projects. And Square's other products integrate seamlessly, so you can use inventory management with invoices that if you run a product-based business or use Square's point-of-sale options to manage sales for an online, mobile, or brick-and-mortar store. So this is kind of cool to think of it that way. Okay, so if you're thinking about Square Invoices, you got to ask yourself, who is it great for? Well, Square Invoices is great for small businesses, and it's really versatile and powerful enough to work well for growing businesses also. And also because it gives you the ability to accept payments from anywhere and integrates very well with other Square apps. It is a viable option for all types of businesses, not just service-based companies, which are typically the types that are using invoicing software anyway. Here are the pros and cons of Square Invoices. The pros: you have a free plan available, you have unlimited invoices, you have unlimited clients also, and you are able to accept most types of payments. And the tool integrates very well with the inventory. You also have a time tracking software here, and it includes client portal. And what are the features in terms of the cons here? Features like customization, automation, and project tracking are only available on the paid plan. And here is a pricing for Square as of the date of this show. I want to give you an overview here. So when we talk about the best invoicing and billing software, it's really important to understand that the best invoicing software comes down to cost. That's what it is. You're talking about cost, you're talking about limitations, and you're talking about features, because you want to have the features that make it easier for, let's say, freelancers and small businesses to get paid for their work. That's what you care about. So when you think about, again, invoicing and billing software, accounts receivable, cash inflow, cash outflow, but most importantly, accounts receivable and cash inflows, okay? And so you got to be really careful. You want to pay attention to the fee. If you are paying a higher monthly fee for a billing software, this is kind of cool only if you also get features to help you track expenses or manage projects. This is the only way it could be worth it. And one thing I want to say here is that at the end of the day, choosing the best invoicing software comes down to what your needs are. And again, it's not about just what your needs are. It's also about the industry you're in, the kind of job you have. See, let's say if you are, a freelancer, or you are a solopreneur, or you are an accountant, or you are an architect, you are a consultant, You have needs that are different. Okay, some clients take longer to pay. They will take longer to pay you. Some longer will pay you they will pay you like cash on demand, like they pay you right away, right? So depending on the industry, so you got to really adapt your needs to the industry you're in, so that you don't actually have you don't have a strategy that is different from what your rivals are offering. It's really important to understand that the best billing software for your small business will depend on the kind of functionalities and modules you want. So in today's conversation, I'll share with you 5 of them: Intuit QuickBooks, Xero, Zoho Invoice, FreshBooks, and Square Invoices. So you got to ask yourself which one is great for you. And but the bottom line here is that whether you use invoicing or billing software or even accounting software for that matter, the goal here is to eliminate some or all potential human errors by automating several processes that are manually done. Okay, so it's really important to have that in mind, and because you're able to save time, and automated billing, invoicing, and other processes help you also improve project and client management. Your billing and invoicing processes are also more streamlined, and bills are processed and sent out in a timely manner. So again, this is just a win-win-win-win for everybody. It's a win for you, it's a win for the clients, it's also a win for your vendors. So when we talk about invoicing and billing software, a lot of people have asked us whether or not Zoho Invoice is really free. And the answer is yes. Oh yes, definitely. I mean, but the thing is, there are some caveats though. So there are some limitations, such as the number of clients you can have on your account, and only one user is allowed per account. So if you go with the free version, there are a lot of caveats you need to think about. And the only money you will spend to use Zoho Invoice for billing is each fee you have to pay for like the transaction you are running. So you have to pay fees for each transaction. That's the only thing you have to pay Zoho for. And so when we talk about the cheapest invoicing app right now, it's definitely Square, definitely, no question about it. Okay, and then you have for instance Zoho Invoice. That's kind of interesting also. But the bottom line here, you can actually send an invoice to someone via several ways. I mean, back in the days, people were sending like mailed invoicing. You were sending invoices by mail, USPS mail, snail mail, that is. But nowadays, you just actually use email to send out, invoices. So this is the most frequently used and fastest way of sending an invoice to someone. If you're using, let's say, software to create an invoice, you can share the link directly from the platform. If your client does not use email or invoicing software, you need to take a printout and send the invoice in the mail. Okay, I mean, do it the old way. But overall, when we think about invoicing and billing software, I want to reassure you, because we've heard a lot of questions also around the safety, around the integrity of the data, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to reassure all our viewers that invoicing and billing software is totally secure. Okay, and so you basically have many levels of security. So when choosing this type of software, you want to look for security features like two-factor authentication to 2FA. You want to have, or it can be 2FA or MFA. So it can be two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication. You also want to look for documentation that shows like frequent security updates and patches. You have intrusion detection capabilities. You have the monitoring of user activities. You have data encryption, and you have privacy protection. So you do have a lot of features, a lot of modules there. Before we do a quick review, a quick recap here, I just want to acquaint you with our methodical approach we have. On this show, we have a method when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing invoicing and billing software. I want you to take a look right now. Check this out. All right, let me quickly recap here. So the top 5 best invoicing and billing software. Number 1, we have Square Invoices, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, we have FreshBooks, 9.6 over 10. Number 3, we have Zoho Invoice, 9.3 over 10. Number 4, we have Xero, 9 over 10. And number 5, we have Intuit QuickBooks Online, our score, 8.8 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.